welcome everybody. So this is new for us here. So if you're new to watching me, and maybe you aren't, so I'm Coach Nikki, and this is a polycystic ovary syndrome revolution. And this is one of my revolutionaries right here. So what we're going to do, Susie, just to let you know, we're going to wait just a couple of minutes just to see who we get on, just to watch and listen to your story. So just how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm actually really cold. It's like really horrible rain outside at the moment. I've had to put my heating on. It's like July, and I've had to put my heating on. What's that about?
Breathing in.
So what I'll do is I'm just going to make sure that I'm actually live in the right places as well. So, but while I'm just doing that, Susie, just let us know who are you? Who is Susie? Someone's saying, "Yay, Susie, you're a superstar." So we're just starting in there. Like, actually, guys, just to let you know, so I'm Coach Nikki, Polycystic Ovary Revolution. What I wanted to do here was bring in the women that I'm helping, just so you guys can get to see what we do in the revolution. But rather than me just posting on social media all the time about all these success stories, I want you to hear it from the actual women that are, helping and reversing their polycystic ovaries, because it gives you hope. So tonight we are hearing from the absolute wonderful Susie Gander. You're amazing, though, Suze. So first of all, thank you for doing this, because I know that you were nervous and you're my first one. Bless you, bless you. But anyway, so what we're going to do tonight, I've got a few questions for Susie, and it's like a little interview. But please do give her support, okay? So I see all of your comments here at the side, and I'm going to double check this that I am live. I think I am, because there's comments coming in. But yeah, give Susie your support, because PCOS is hard, isn't it, Susie?
Very, very, very
It's hard. And we all think that we are on our own. We all think that what we're going through, no one else understands. But it's when you come into a community like we have, you realize that you're not alone. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do tonight, because Susie, this is one of the things that we're touching on, that you're absolutely not alone, and this is why we're wanting to have here. So please do, even though I won't be reading your comments while I'm speaking to Susie, I'll be reading them, I won't be reading them out, but please do comment along, because your support will mean so much to Susie, and we'll see them afterwards as well. So comment if this resonates with you too. So, but Susie, we'll just get into it now, because that's me blathered on, just to give people time to come and hop on board. So yeah, who is Susie? Tell me a little bit about Susie.
Definitely. Oh, just want to clarify, Susie is not trapped in any dungeon. In the background doing cat introductions, so this is my kind of I'm fine and I'm safe.
Yes, yeah. I know we've got her trapped in her little cell for doing this interview tonight.
Susie is someone who's had polycystic ovaries for 8 years, well, probably longer, because I always seem to have trouble with my periods before then, but an official diagnosis for the last 8 years. So the diagnosis came on the back of sort of a previous cancer when I was trying for babies after that, and found out during that road. So probably Susie of 6 months ago, before I started the program, was very depressed. Very, very tired, quite a lazy bugger. I was a bigger girl as well. And I think we could all be aware of sort of lost in the world of all the different PCOS advice, and starving myself on don't eat this many calories because you need to lose weight. And then I'd go to KFC or Nando's and binge on everything that I'm not supposed to eat because I felt bad about myself.
Yeah.
So, and just the general, I think what we can all resonate with again is, the no periods, I hair on my chin, my hair was thinning, and I get some on my tummy and stuff. So all the things that we unfortunately all do suffer with as part of this. So that was me 6 months ago. That's not me today.
Yes. And I say 6 months ago, I don't think you've actually been with us 6 months.
No.
4 or 5 months, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's even less.
Even less. My question for Susie was, like, just tell me who Susie was before you had that realization that you can actually help your polycystic ovaries. I mean, what was life like for you?
Just so low. Being fully transparent, I had such low morbid thoughts that I was getting help by doctors and the Healthy Minds program. Obviously going through the cancer and everything like that, trying to have children, multiple rounds of IVF and stuff over the 8 years put me in a very dark place. And I was I'm a gamer. You can see I got Lara Croft on my top.
Yes.
it became a distraction rather than a hobby. So I would be gaming until 3-4 a.m. Not healthy for anyone at all.
No, just say some people drink to hide and mask what they're feeling. Some people do drugs, sadly. Yours was escapism through gaming.
Yeah, and just too much, going way beyond that boundary of probably what's acceptable.
Yeah. I think gaming is that bad, but when obviously sleep is so important for polycystic ovaries, when you're starting to learn, you're like, I'm like, Susie, get to bed.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a bedtime now and it's stuck to it. No, but it's a good thing. Yeah. It's a really good thing because I'm.
So, Susie, what was your biggest struggle with polycystic ovaries?
Yeah, it was certainly having the no periods, because you're trying to conceive, and how can you even start that? You don't know when you're ovulating. You don't know, it was and tried sort of everything under the sun. All the different sticks you can wee on and the apps you can use, and it's just it's a minefield, isn't it? It's so confusing. And as much as you try to gather information on it, it always differs in different places. So that was one of the things for me. And also, I didn't feel very feminine. I didn't feel very like a woman. I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to do. That was that for me was probably one of the most challenging things.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the women maybe watching this at the moment can resonate fully with that. It's not just not having a period, it's something as simple as that, not managing to get pregnant when you're trying over and over again. But then not just that, about the manly features. I can see that here because I've been through it, the hair on the chin and your hair falling out, all of that. It just makes you feel a little bit less of a woman, I think.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I just felt frumpy, ugly, had more hair on my chin than my little brother. It's sort of like
So this has been the problem with polycystic ovaries. So you don't feel like you have any help, and then even with TikTok, you're scrolling for something to help you. And sometimes it might do a little bit, and other times it's not going to do anything. So just I've got another few questions for you though. So just regarding trying to get help from your doctor, Susie, because I know this is a big struggle for a lot of women. I have even had this myself. What have you found has been your experience with the doctors, the medical side of things?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be fair, my GP's actually been fairly good when we have open and constructive conversations about it. So I ask for what I want. So it's like, I would like these blood tests, please.
Yeah.
Now I know I need a bit more than that after your teachings.
Yes.
What I was for. But also just, about understanding about having Provera. That's not something that I had used before. So having that conversation, so we do that on a regular now. But I actually found that when we went into the world of the more sort of fertility consultant world and IVF body, it started to get a bit more difficult, and it did fall into that time of, just lose weight. You're too fat, that's the problem. And you would try, Clomid, letrozole, all that jazz, and I would be following every diet I think I could, but obviously not understanding it like I do now.
Yes.
But just the weight wasn't coming off, and there was, I remember one session where and I think quite a strong resolve, but it was this one session where I just broke down because they'd actually lost my nose, and the gaps are like 6 months to a year between appointments, and they'd lost my notes while they were changing consultants. And I got told I just had to wait again, and I was already getting towards the threshold of age of, and I cried in this one session, and I got told, did I think I was mentally capable of having a child at this point? And stormed out. So that was quite difficult. But then, you know, once I raised it and complained, then I got moved and better.
Of course. I mean, people watching this as well, you'll know that sometimes it can take months, like you were saying, years just to get an appointment with someone who's a specialist. And then to be told that they've lost your notes, then you have to wait another year. And then a lot of the women are stuck in limbo when they're doing all this. They don't know what to do in between time. So they'll just stay in that state of doing nothing. So I get it. I've been there. So I can totally understand. And if you're watching this back just now, you can comment along about your experience with the doctor. And if it's on the replay, please let us know about, because I do like to look at these things and bring them to the forefront. So let us know your experience as well. And so Susie as well, just got to ask, so how did you find me? And how long, I've got this question, sorry for anyone who doesn't like swearing, but how did you find me, and how long did it take you to take action to say, fuck it, and join the program?
Yeah, definitely. That was TikTok. You know, that was my 3 o'clock in the morning. Trying to find PCOS advice as always. And the thing, I think TikTok is great, but it's also quite dangerous. And the thing you find, a lot of people, when they just want to do it for views, it was the same information over and over again, and it was sort of like, you know, nothing was helpful, new. And then you popped up, and I was like, what's this magic drink about? This is something new. And I was kind of following, and then when the lives were popping up, I was popping in. I was getting more and more interested. And I think there was at one point of an evening, you know, like anything, you know, finances at the forefront. And I was thinking, oh, I'm not sure. And then I think there was one night I was just sat there again, been gaming all day. It sounds really cliche, but I did have just like piles of sweets in front of me, piles of takeaway in front of me. I felt awful, sick. And I was obviously at that very low morbid thoughts point. And I thought, Christ, I've spent X amount of money on IVF, X amount of money on all of this stuff in front of me. What have I got to lose? And actually, in the long run, I was spending probably triple the amount the program is on takeaways. And and it's certainly again, without sounding cliche, it has been life-changing for me, because I am not receiving any treatment at all for morbid thoughts or anything like that at all. I'm like a completely different person in the short space of time. So. Of
course, go on. We are going to touch on that, don't worry. But when you were saying this is cliche, of course, what it's cliche is only because so many other women go through the exact same thing. I have been through it as well. It's like a light bulb moment that goes off in your head, and you're like, I can't die now, because if you go the way that you're doing, you're actually going towards that early grave, because we're just eating, you know, we're doing everything that's detrimental to our health. But it's only because we're led to believe that we can't do anything. Even the doctors are like, oh, just go and lose weight, or, you know, it's just, there's nothing we can do, or they let you go down that slippery slope into heart disease, type 2 diabetes, you know, all of these other conditions. So what a lot of women need to now do is take back control. This is what I keep saying. So that's what you've done, though. It's that moment, that light bulb moment.
Yeah. I mean, without saying the dreaded word, but a certain S-world. World.
Oh, let's say it. Slimming world is shit. I'm happy to say it.
S-world, where you spend X amount of money a month. Someone that tells you to eat the most potatoes you possibly ever could in your life. On reflection now is really quite interesting and shocking when you know actually what you need to do compared to what they advise you to do, even when you tick the PCOS box.
It's like this is what I say to you guys all the time. It's like learning a different secret language almost, and when you know it, you're like looking at the world differently. You're like, oh my God. It's like your eyes just become open. Because I do tell you all that I'm going to learn you or teach you guys how to do this for the rest of your life. That's not a lie. And I'm absolutely doing it. What you're learning now is you're able to take this on for the rest of your life. So yeah, awesome. So that was a good one. So that was a quick question there. But how did you feel once you joined the program?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, initially it's very overwhelming because you are taking in a lot. of information, and then there's your 5 steps to your success, and it's so whoa. But then once you get into it, and you get into, and you've got Nikki and Carolyn, and you've got mission control, it very quickly becomes routine. And I think that's the biggest thing for me now, is that routine and that understanding of that. I mean, I like labels, right? So nutrition labels to me were like hieroglyphics. I would not what does this mean? What does this, I'd act like I knew what I was looking at. I'd be in the shop going, oh yeah, this is, not knowing what I was looking at. So to be able to read one now and read one for PCOS, and I can again have that control now to go in and say, actually, you know what, I can eat this, and if I'm not sure about it, I can go to the group and say, girls, can I do this? And everyone is so supportive of each other, and if there's anything a bit more personal than that, we have mission control, where it's just having the conversation with yourself and Carolyn, and obviously that's a great resource as well. But I think for me, the biggest thing is you're speaking with people who are going through the same thing as you and understand, and this is not to be bad mouth, and sometimes people, they have the best interest in you, but they don't understand. So if you go, oh no, I've got a hairy chin, they laugh, and it's like, oh, funny.
Yeah, I know, it's absolutely not funny, but then a lot of people might find they don't even like going out of the house because they're scared that people are going to see a hairy chin, or that their hair's falling out, or that all they're going to see is just that you might have a big belly, but you're just paranoid about that. Yeah. So no, well done. So it is overwhelming when you first join, but then you've settled in really, really well. And so what has been your biggest win to date? There's probably a few. There is a few, guys, but I've asked Susie for her biggest win.
There's a few, but my biggest one is after 8 years, I got my first natural period. Month.
It's mental. Absolutely friggin' mental. The day that you told us, I think all I seen was the message coming in that you were crying on the toilet at work. And I was like, oh, what's wrong? But it was because you were happy. So my first instinct was, oh no, what's wrong? But it was happy tears.
Yeah, happy tears. And I'm around, according to the app and what my body's currently doing today. I am due anytime soon, and it looks like it's going to happen again. So I have never had that, like all the different tablets and treatments and everything over the last 8 years. I have never had something naturally consistently twice. It's always been medicated. So it is a flipping miracle. That is a
miracle workers here. No, but what we do teach you is how to do all of this naturally, and it's not pseudoscience. It is just how to take back control of your life in ways that's not using medication, because sometimes the medications can actually mess you up. The doctors are just handing them out like sweets and candy, basically. But yeah, so 8 years, if you can imagine. I think your period was quite a hard one though, wasn't it? Your first. Yeah, but you were like, I feel pain, but I love it.
It's finally proper pain. Not pain. I felt it's that thing again. I felt like a woman again. My body was doing what it's supposed to do. So it doesn't matter how painful it was, because
it's amazing. Our periods are our fifth vital sign, guys. A lot of women out there, they're like, I don't get a period. And when they say that, you're like, oh, you don't really understand, do you? It's like, when you're having a period, that means that your body is happy. When you're ovulating, your body is hormonally happy. So for this to happen for you after 8 years, and then having now another one, or hopefully another one, a month later, well, say, a regular cycle, but having gone through IVF and all the medications, your cancer, everything, and then the PCOS revolution is what's done it for you. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, by miles. And to say I'm two different people would be an understatement, because it's true. It's I think one of the first sessions we had, I cried and told the group that I had unaliving thoughts and just pure hatred for myself. So to be here today and change the mindset and reframe how you think about things and how you think about yourself, and to be where I am today is night and day. Really is.
That's in the space of approximately 4 or 5 months, guys. It is doable, and I think it's improved the relationship with your husband, everything, hasn't it? Because you're open. I think he understands exactly what's going on now. Yeah, everything is it's really good. One more win though. I want to hear one more win. I'm putting you on the spot now.
I've got lots. There's lots. Look, I've got a mane that I can't control anymore.
Look at her hair.
I can't. It needs a cut. I can't. It was thin in here. It was all thinning at the back. I now have no control over it. It does what it wishes.
And coloured dresses. Come on now.
Coloured dresses. Yeah, I would only wear black, and I would only wear long sleeve. As you can see, okay, right, it's black. To be fair enough, I've got short sleeves on. And I have been wearing dresses. I have been wearing ones that have rainbows on as well. So I have been branching out with a bit of colour. Certainly with the hair on the chin, the spearmint oil, I used it in 2 days. It went. Yeah, it's crazy just to and you do notice, because as soon as you stop doing that routine, you get your 5 o'clock shadow. You know, you can start using it. And so it shows about routine. Yeah, and I, you know, like I have my alarm to make sure I stop playing games and I go to bed and I get my sleep. Skin's better. I mean, there's so many. I could sit here for ages talking about the wins, because there are so many. Never before would I thought I'd be getting up and getting 10k steps in before 9 a.m. That would the me of old. I've been in bed.
No, it's so good. It's a habit. It's lifestyle. This is what we are in the program. What we do is we help you change your life. This is the big focus on it, and it's not about being on a diet for 6 weeks. It's about living the rest of your life happy with hardly any symptoms of polycystic ovaries, because it is possible. I'm testament. All these ladies are testament to it as well. So you've done amazing. Right, we're just going to the next one. So are you now able to focus on your future with the support of the women and the group?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, again, being fully transparent, the likelihood of me having children is quite low, but that's due to chemotherapy being a role as well as PCOS. But I think for me now, being in this group, it means I'm going to be healthier, happier, and I have the tools and the plans to live the best life I can with whatever that's going to be, because we don't know. Our plans for the future have changed. Yep. But I'm not going to be sitting there unhealthy, unhappy, wishing for things that, you know, I'm going to be getting out there and doing whatever we're going to do with the healthiest possible way I could be.
It's a mindset shift. It's amazing. So now you're not dreading getting out of bed in the morning, you know, wearing black, feeling crap, wanting to unalive yourself, you know, your own words. It's now you are looking to the future and seeing that future.
Yeah, definitely. And wherever that takes us, I'm going to be able to, you know, climb up that mountain if I want to, or you know, walk around the Canadian Rocky. I don't know. You know, I'm going to have the strength and the health behind me to do it, because I haven't had it, and now I'm building it up, and I'm doing it, and I can feel that I'm getting stronger. I can see that I'm getting stronger. I'm losing inches and things like that, so I can see my bum's coming in, which is nice.
Oh, we all love a little bum, don't we? No, you're doing amazing. So what would you tell the ladies watching this who have polycystic ovaries?
Yeah, it would be, just from my experiences, don't hesitate about anything. Just take the plunge. It might all seem a bit overwhelming, but just do it. And think about, for me, one of the things, like, would my future self do that? So if, like, you know, you've had maybe 1 cookie, okay, 2, 3, 4, you know, are you gonna would your future self have the 4th cookie? Would your future self would go up, have an apple instead, go out or go for a walk?
Yeah.
As if you're like, I don't want to go for a walk. Would your future self go for a walk? Yes. Yep. Then get up and do it, because the only way she's going to arrive is if you get up and do it. So you have to put the effort in, and it is all about mindset. No amount of reading, anything is gonna, you need to, and it's not motivation. You need to do it. You don't wait for motivation to come along. You get yourself up off the sofa and you do it.
Oh, I love it. This is what you're learning. We teach everyone this as well. It's not motivation, it's discipline. Yeah. So motivation is just a feeling. It just comes in waves. So to do things, you need that discipline. And everyone does it. Just think about it in a month's time. How would you feel if you weren't doing what you were doing now? And all the symptoms coming back. This is what I say, even if you're not in the program, if you're in my free community, or if you're following me on TikTok, or if you're going to be joining the app when that launches in about 5 weeks, that would be amazing. But just think how you would feel in a few months if you didn't do anything. You'd still be stuck. You'd still be, or Susie would still be in front of the TV playing games at 3 a.m. feeling sad and suicidal and all of these things. But now the world is open. Yes, it is open, and you're having periods, and we're talking about poops and periods, and
never would I have thought that would have happened.
Yeah,
poops, periods, hormones, it's all out there. But the thing is, is so comfortable, and Nikki and Karen create an environment that is so comfortable that you're all mates.
Yes.
You know, you're not worried about what you're saying or who you're talking to, because you're friends. You're all going through the same thing, and you're there cheering each other on. And, you know, we had a rate my plate, and, you know, one night I got it a little bit wrong, and that's it. The girls were like, no. You know, and I was like, oh, okay. But that's the thing, that you're there for each other. And you know, and it's good because, you know, if you are slowly sleeping, Nikki will come on and just be like, sort it out.
Yeah. We are good at that, because you get like the coaching calls, which you come to, the workshops, you get the one-to-one in our mission control, as we call it too. So there's so much going on, but it's not just that, it's the knowledge that I'm giving you from my head into yours, and how to beat polycystic ovaries. It's my ways, and they work, because Susie is evidence of that. It's amazing. So we're just going to be closing this out just soon, guys, because Susie's done awesome. But Susie, if you've got anything else to add just in there, I don't know if you, because I did provide Susie with some questions that I was going to ask her, bless her, just in case, but in case you've missed anything that you wanted to talk about.
No, I would say it's just that same thing again. Don't teeter on the edge of something. Just dive. Again, that cliche statement, but dive in.
Yeah.
I spent so long. I'm 36, right? So I'm not old, but I'm not young. You know, so I spent so long teetering on the edge of doing things. I've done this a lot earlier. So
yes.
You know, I you know, I could have hit this and lived well earlier. Just do it. Just do it.
It's true. I was 35 when I thought, oh, this has to stop, and I'm 42 now. So if you are in your 20s, get on board now, or even just implement some of the things that I'm telling you to do now, because it will give you some of your life back. Don't wait for it to happen. You can't just sit on your bum watching Netflix hoping that your PCOS is just magically going to disappear. It won't. You have to put in the hard work to do that, and then it becomes enjoyable, right?
Oh yeah. I hurt my back recently, and I actually missed doing my steps. And Nikki was saying, slow down, don't do it. You know, you wanted to do it. So it's and again, me of old would never have, I wouldn't want to get up and do steps if I had a sore back or anything. I'd be like, oh. You know? But then I was like, I wanted to get on and with it, and I was getting frustrated that I couldn't do my program. Well, not even my program, because it's not my program, it's my life.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get on with my routine in my life. And obviously now I'm back into it, and I'm enjoying it, out in the fresh air. If you can't get out in the fresh air, little walking pad at home, which I use when I'm working, you still get them in. There's never an excuse. No,
there's not. If you know the benefits to this as well. So, and just what I want to say to everyone as well. Now, obviously, if you want, this isn't what this is about, but if you did want to come and join the program, anyone who's watching this, if you comment or message me or give me a direct message, I will give you a link to get £50 off a month. And that is only for the people that is watching this. So if you happen to watch it in a week's time, then yeah, you still message me and you will get that. So if you want to come in, message me and I'll give you a special link. You won't find the link anywhere. You'll have to message me. So that'll give you £50 off a month. Yeah, good deal. All right, guys, anyone got any closing words for Susie? I see there's some people still watching. Sadly, through this interface that I'm using, I can see the comments, but I can't see who is commenting. It says Facebook user, so I would have loved to have shouted you out. But some people are just saying they love the way that you were saying about that. So true. You should think about your future self more, because when you do think about it, you don't want to be 80 and wishing that you did something way back when, because that's your life gone. Yeah. And especially if you're trying to get pregnant. I just heard today as well, I forgot to put on my thing, my socials, that someone else is pregnant. Hey, that's another Nikki baby. So yeah, I took a little screenshot of that as well. So that was on my live on TikTok earlier. So another Nikki baby. Ta-da!
The baby's named Nikki soon. In the
I know, it's like next year, the most popular name, Nikki. I'm like, wonder why that happened. But amazing. But yeah, someone has just said, you're amazing, Susie. Such an inspiration. You actually are. This is why I thought you'd be a great person to have on for the first dual podcast that I was having with the women within the revolution, because it isn't just about the women doing good. All of the women are doing good, but you're an inspiration and a testament to what is possible. Because all the adversity you've been through, anyone else, they might have given up, but you haven't. You absolutely haven't. And in fact, like you say, I'm like, Susie, slow down. Yeah. So, but awesome. But thank you so much, guys. And I think Susie would greatly, greatly appreciate it as well. Just keep the support coming in the comments, please. Just if you do watch this back or anything, it means a lot to Susie. It means a lot to me, but it'll mean a lot to Susie as well if you can just give her some support into the comments, because it is hard and you have done so well. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you a lot. So, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Nina, thanks so much. I can see your name, but thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. So just keep an eye out over the next few weeks about the app launch. I'm really looking forward to that. If you want to come into the program, give me that message. If not, just in the free group is awesome. I'm still there to spread my knowledge to help as many women as I can, because that's my mission. And I think you guys know it. Okay, and yeah, I always love Susie's positive attitude. Someone is saying, me too. Yes. Right, guys, I'm going to get stopped live. Thank you so much. So #replay, please, if you're catching this later on, because I'd like to know who's watched it as well. But thanks for joining. I really appreciate it.